So Boris Johnson today promised that the government will publish next week a comprehensive plan on reopening businesses, with professional bodies working through the weekend to help draw up detailed guidelines on working during the lockdown, similar to those that have taken place in other countries around Europe. Now, the majority of the economy remains closed because of concerns that companies may not be able to protect their workers to reasonable standards, but the government is pushing for businesses to return to work where possible in order to reduce the current hammering the economy is seeing. Now, there's talk about whether the current lockdown conditions will be extended on the 7th of May, but this seems pretty much given that it will, when we consider the pressure the NHS is still under at the moment. The government is getting advice on how to reduce the lockdown when it comes to different types of workplaces, such as offices, factories, shops, logistical companies, and activities that normally take place outdoors, such as farming and mining. Now, this easing will not be without problems. Many non-essential companies are worried that if they don't reopen, they could face a backlash from the public, in a sort of reverse of what happened before the lockdown, when there were some companies deciding to remain open when the government had pleaded with them softly to do the opposite, to close. Like the likes of Witherspoons comes to mind. There's a risk that the government won't be clear with its messaging once again. So what can we expect to see going ahead? Well, in factories, any work that cannot be done with social distancing should be done with workers standing either back to back or side by side, rather than face to face. Cleaning is expected to be expanded, and shift work will be staggered to reduce the large numbers of people in the workplace together. 2-meter distancing will be enforced. Some companies are planning to hand out masks and face shields to their staff. Now, how this will be enforced may be difficult to determine. While in offices, office workers have been encouraged for a long time now to work from home where possible. However, for those who must return to the office, desks will be spaced out and starting times could eventually be staggered to prevent crowding on public transport during the rush hour. As regards to retail, the British Retail Consortium and the trade unions have created a set of guidelines that cover issues ranging from limiting access to public toilets to protective screens at cash desks and permanently closing changing rooms in shops. Now, in regards to delivery services, demand for home delivery has exploded during the lockdown, so warehouses are expected to implement similar safety procedures to those of factories. Delivery drivers who interact with customers as part of their job need to wait for the customer to pick up a package at a safe distance. This is something that is already happening here in Italy and other countries under lockdown. So I just want to finally say that these measures are going to be for the long haul. This is the new normal that I've mentioned in previous videos. I think we're going to be experiencing this for the foreseeable future. I'd like to hope perhaps just for a year, but businesses may adapt to it permanently. Whether that's a good thing or not, I can't really say at this stage. Let me know in the comments how you think your employer will adapt to these procedures and how they may affect you and your colleagues. As always, your comments are much appreciated. Thanks.